At RD Consulting, we connect company data to AI so we can help business leaders like you do more with less. At this time, we are servicing fast growing companies targeting 3 to 5x growth in the near term. Now, I say that with a lot of conviction because those are our best clients. They've already established working revenue models and they're already taking big risks to take their company to the next level. And in that process, they're experiencing the growing pains. What it looks like when you have to hire 2, 3, 4x the amount of workforce to handle the growth. When you have to take working profitable systems and completely change them as your company becomes more and more complex. And if you're sitting there going, yeah, you've seen that problem before, it's typically around this time where you start seeing the value of data systems so you can have visibility and manage that growth and scale. And so if you're kind of sitting there nodding your head, it's likely you felt this pain. And if you're that type of person, your time is important. So I'll cut to the chase. In this video, I just want to establish enough information so that you can decide whether or not to give us a call or not. So first and foremost, my name is Royce Duong of RD Consulting. I've been leading technology teams both in software and AI and data for the past 8 years. I've worked in enterprise environments as well as fast-growing startups, and in that time have collected the best practices and patterns to apply to any business in their data and AI structure. I've also compiled a leadership team of hardcore data professionals, people who've worked in Microsoft or in the financial services industry with decades of experience. In fact, Microsoft and Databricks recognize our teams as Microsoft partners. They bring in their own clients to us when they want to make sure their clients have successful data and AI implementations using the fastest growing data platforms in the market. And so our teams currently manage things like the FICO credit score in your banking wallet. We manage the underwriting of home loans and can do data science in order to guesstimate or zestimate the property values in any given neighborhood in America. And so if you're sitting there going, all right, Royce and RD Consulting seems to have the technical chops, but why are they focusing on these smaller, fast-growing companies? And that, to me, is just all personal preference and choice. While it is exciting to secure those really massive deals with really big brand names, I find that a lot of my time there is spent navigating people and bureaucracies and processes more than it is about the technology itself. And that's what I find much more fulfilling. I get to work with business owners and founders who are fast moving and aggressive, and we get to see a lot more impact in a lot shorter amount of time. And that's what I would say is the unique value we bring here at RD Consulting. We take all of those best practices from these large organizations that already did all this research and development, and we package it into something smaller and palatable for fast-growing companies like yours. And what we'll do if you decide to work with us is work to identify the few key levers in the business that drive your revenue and your costs, right? There's only 5 to 10 things that you really need to keep track of in order to manage your scale in the future. And if you're sitting there still after the last, 3-4 minutes, it's likely you are that type of a person who's experiencing that kind of pain, but who's also understanding data and AI systems will help you manage that in an automated way so that you can scale your company with confidence moving forward. At this point, I hope you have enough information to decide whether or not you want to reach out and give us a call. I will say this is not a one-size-fits-all kind of process. We work very intimately with you to understand your company and your goals, and as such, can only take on a handful of clients at any given point in time. So without further ado, don't wait. Find the number somewhere on the screen and give us a call. I look forward to speaking with you soon.